Hola clase, hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Hoy vamos a hablar sobre el vocabulario, the second vocabulary section of Capitulo 1. If you guys have your book, you can follow along in las páginas 26 and 27. Okay? All of the information that I'm going to give you right now is going to come from those páginas, those pages. Okay, so the first question that I want to go over is ¿Quiénes son? When wanting to figure out who multiple people are, you're going to ask the question ¿Quiénes son? Who are they? Okay, and this is very similar to a question that we've already learned from our last video. Remember, the way we ask the question who is that, asking for one person, is ¿Quién es? So all we're doing is we're changing ¿Quién es? To ¿Quiénes son? We're making it from singular to a plural form of the question, which we'll learn more about next week. Also, I made a note down here at the bottom. If you want to get someone's attention to ask who someone is, like instead of saying, Senora Birch, ¿Quién es? Instead of saying like, hey, Senora Birch, who is this? You could say, Oye, ¿Quién es? Oye is just a way to get somebody's attention. You can use it in this case, or you can use it in any other case. Oye. Okay, and here it is, this little word right here. Okay, here's el vocabulario, parte 2. Okay, the first vocabulary words that we have are los alumnos, and excuse me for those watching the video right here where it says, where it has a U, this is supposed to be an O. I just noticed that I made a typo. So this is supposed to be los alumnos with an O, or las alumnas, and this means students. Okay? Or you could say los estudiantes or las estudiantes. And we're going to get into this next class period, but I want you guys to know that los is an article for masculine nouns. Therefore, in this case, it would mean guy students. And las is an article for feminine plural nouns, therefore saying that these are women students or girl students. Okay? And right here I made a note, el alumno and la alumna are used for both elementary and secondary school students. And el and la estudiante usually refers to a university student as an LSU or Southeastern, but can also refer to a secondary school student, which is what you guys are. So you'll probably hear me say estudiantes more than alumnos. However, I wanted you to see both. Okay, la escuela. I'm sure you know what that means. La escuela significa school. Okay. Here we have el profesor or el maestro. And for those of you who don't recognize this, this is Mr. Mitchell. Teaches social studies. And then we have over here la profesora and la maestra. Okay. The professor as in a girl, or the teacher as in a girl. Okay. Okay. Aquí tenemos una clase grande, a big class, or a grand class. And this is a picture of me and Senora Escola and one of our classes from last semester, which I did my student teaching with. But this was a big class, one of our biggest classes. And so here's a picture of una clase grande, a big class. Okay, and el opuesto es una clase pequeña. Okay, a class with few students would be a small class. So pequeña significa small. Okay, here are some more adjetivos personales for you guys. The first is ambiciosos, and this is a cognate word. It looks pretty similar to our English word ambitious. Okay. And then we've already learned this one, but I wanted to recap it because it is an opposite of ambicioso, perezoso. Okay, so these students are perezosos, lazy. Okay, the next thing we're going to go over are los cursos. And these are the different courses or subjects that you guys are taking in school. Okay, and here's just a little picture highlighting a few. Biología, just try and think about what they are before we go over them. Biología, historia, química, economía, literatura, informática, psicología, geografía, física, y ingeniera. Some of those are cognate words, which means that they look very similar to the ones in Spanish, and you can kind of figure out what they are. So our first one is El Español, which you guys are already very familiar with and hopefully is your favorite class. El Inglés. La Ciencia. Los Estudios Sociales. La Historia. Las Matemáticas. La Música. El Arte. La Educación Física, or Physical Education. All right, and that is the end of our presentación for our new vocabulario in Capitulo 1. I hope you guys have an awesome día, and I will see you guys in clase. Adiós.